Hello, welcome back. This flight from Honolulu down to Auckland, New Zealand. We're literally right now at the top of the descent. I should have
1,000 feet to level.
Thank you very much. I should have programmed the arrival. The aircraft didn't have the arrival programmed in, and it got a bit confused as to where it should stop. Fortunately for me, I looked at it before we'd gone too far. So I've had a few bits and bobs to do this morning, and so now we're back to finish the flight. I appreciate some of the purists don't necessarily enjoy or think it should be done this way, but beggars can't be choosers when you've got a family, wife and kids and stuff to do. So at the moment we're in vertical navigation mode, so the aircraft's in control. See, the engines are spooling back. I've selected 26,000 feet, and the aircraft is on its merry way down, and it's just going to stay on the profile. The approach itself, let's see if we can get you to the approach. And it's quite complicated at the moment going through New Zealand, because they've got work in progress going on, which obviously isn't emulated in. Let's transfer you over. Come over to here. Hopefully you can see that. Let's just minimize that. There you go. So this is the approach chart that we're using today, and we're coming down here from Tarib, coming all the way down to X-Boy, and then from X-Boy we're using 2-3 left. I'll show you the weather in a moment. No, that's Esnax. It's not the one. So you've got these whites and yellows, and it basically comes down to what weather they've got going on. Depends on what there is. So there's MRAG, and basically it's almost a straight-in departure all the way down. We've got 3,500 feet of runway available to us. So when you look at the AF, no, not AF, it's AGC. Look at AGC white, you've got 3535 meters of runway. But if you look at when they've got the yellow on for the work in progress, you actually lose a whole bunch of the runway, and you've only got 24, or if they're on the west, 23. So, but obviously this is flight sim, so we've got the whole runway available to us today. The weather down there at the moment, it's not so bad actually. 1300 Z, so it was recorded 45 minutes ago. 2508 knots. Visibility is greater than 10 kilometers. VC showers, so there are showers knocking around, broken at 1,400 feet and broken at 2,700 feet. 19 is the temperature, dew point is 18, with a QNH of 1016, and there is tempo, 4,000 meters of visibility with rain and drizzle broken at 600, which I would kind of expect with the temperature and the dew point being as close as they are to each other. So, back over to the sim we go, that one. So we do need to prepare for this arrival, so let's just come down and make sure we've got this in. So we've got an RS23 approach set, the stars in, there it is, Expo 6 Alpha. Just check the legs, make sure there's no discos, there isn't at all as you can see. Very straightforward, 10-7-6-4-3 in glide path with a go around. We're currently due down. So land at 8:29, so it's half an hour from now. It really is, in theory, nice and straightforward. So, because of how late we were, I'm going to drop that to 10,000 feet. It's not too far off. We might have to get a bit clever with our descent. We shall see. Alright, so let's just set up the landing. So based on the gross rate of 182, the flight plan says we're going to be landing weight of 182.7, so I'm going to say that's fair enough. We'll take flaps 30 today, 37 knots, so plus 5 for that is 142. That is our approach speed. 142 knots will be our final approach speed. Let's brief the first officer so he knows what's going on. It is going to be a star. Leave it on a Cat 1 ILS, given the fact that we've got 4,000 meters of visibility. Decision height today, that's on the charts, and it is. Let's leave it for 300. I'm not too worried about that. 300 feet. And the radio. Landing peaks 30, runway's dry, a bit drizzly. Let's go down as wet. Auto brake, we'll leave that at level 3. We could run it through top cap, but with 3,500 meters of runway, I'm sure we'll be fine. AP year, yes. Aztecs, why not? Let's assume we have it in stand. And I've got no concerns. There is terrain around though. What we're looking at, 10 miles. There's a 3,500 foot mountain 10 miles away. So I think we'll have terrain on just for that. Okay, let's have the brief.
Are you ready for the approach brief?
Okay.
Okay, we'll be arriving via the ATC assigned star. As for the approach, we can expect the ILS. The decision height for this approach is 300 feet. For the landing configuration, we'll use flaps 30. The landing runway condition is wet, and on the auto brake, we'll use level 3. After landing, please turn on the APU. The arrival airport uses Aztecs, so leave the transponder on after landing. It looks like we'll be using a remote stand. As for concerns, terrain will be a factor for the arrival. Any questions?
No questions.
Okay, that's the approach briefing complete.
So, oh my word, I've not heard one of these for ages. There must be a radio tuned to the right frequency. What you've got going across here is the ATIS for an airport that I couldn't pronounce. Pretty much telling us what we already know. That's a good old prepared ATC. Use that for yonks. So the first officer going through his descent flow. Doing his bits and bobs. He'll switch the auto brake around to level 3 in a moment. In fact, one thing we never did that we could do, which could upset it. There you go, there's a level 3. Is just get the newest forecast for the weather and see how much difference it was to 8 hours ago when we originally loaded it. I suppose it was 12 hours ago now, wasn't it? So it's not too dissimilar. As you can see though, our profile's dropped, changed by 200 feet, and that's literally because of the weather. What did we say the QNH was? QNH 1009 1016. So what we can do with this one is we can actually flip that switch there. Look down there, you can have the aircraft already prepared for when you make the switch to the transition altitude. Doesn't say it. For today into Auckland is 13,000 feet. So at 13,000 feet we switch from the standard 2992 1013 and we set it to the local altitude settings. No point in making a PA, we ain't got any passengers on board. I'm going to drop this one down to 143. Now what interests me and what I'm keen to find out, doesn't matter how slow I get this aircraft to start with, is watching the aircraft speed up on final approach. Still haven't got to the bottom as to why that happens. I'm sure there is a reason for it and I'm sure it's written down in the manual. Just need to write it down, sit down and read what the manual says. So I suppose we should find a gate to go to, shouldn't we? Let's have a look and see what we can find for a gate. Mostly just so we can work out once we've landed. We're going to go to the international. Is there a cargo terminal? right up the other end. So we're gonna backtrack and go right up the other way, right up to the other end of the airport, and there's some cargo stuff up there. That'll do for us. I'm sure we'll find something. In which case, we should probably tell the first officer that we're not going to a stand. No, we're going to a stand. A gate. Okay, that's fair enough. Actually, what looks like's happened here is they've built a new runway, and we're going to be landing on the old runway. And but these guys have got a brand new runway in Auckland, so we'll see how that works out for us. Domestic terminal, international terminal, and okay. Well, we're going to make that up when we get down, and we'll see what GSX can offer to us. As you can see, we've come down quite fast. We have crossed the transition, so we best
checklist.
catch up with the first officer. That's what happens when you don't pay attention like I do.
Descent checklist. Recall checked. Notes.
I think we can safely say they've been checked.
Checked.
Auto brake level 3. Landing data.
VREF 137. Minimums 300 feet.
VREF 137. Minimums 300 feet. Approach briefing.
That's been completed.
Descent checklist complete.
Alright, so
transition level. Reset altimeters 1013.
10.
Why does he do that?
3.
1013. Yeah, we got 1016.
Approach checklist.
Interesting.
Approach checklist. Altimeters.
1016.
1016. Approach checklist complete. 1,000 feet to level.
Alright, so we're going to drop this down to 3,000 feet just to keep things nice and simple. Speed's coming back now. Give it a helping hand with a little bit of speed brake. Let's go outside and see what it looks like. So there are no massive. There are some speed restrictions. This little green circle here would denote that that's where we slowed down to 210. I might have it down to 180 by that point, just to try and have a little bit more control. Whether that works or not, I don't know, but we'll see. I'm going to pull the speed brake up and then arm it. You should get a notification just over here saying speed brake armed. All I've done literally with the speed brake. So at the moment that's in its fully up position. I just pull it a little bit and it pops into armed. So what will happen is once the weight goes on the wheels, the speed brakes will deploy and those things will just pop straight up and completely destroy any airflow going over the wing. Landing lights on. And put the logo light on. Yes, he does. There you go. So now when we look outside, there we go. Logo lights on. Landing lights are on. I have absolutely no idea what the local time is in Auckland at the moment. Obviously, sim time and real time is now different. When we started last night, sim time and real time are the same. So essentially, this would be 8 o'clock in the morning. So I suppose it's 8 o'clock at night, maybe. Because 8Z, it would be, wouldn't it? 12 hours ish. Early evening in New Zealand. There's no ILS to be set up because the flight management computer knows what the ILS is and it knows we're doing a ILS landing. So when you look in the nav radio, there you go, 1099, 231 on the course, and
course is already set for me, so I don't need to do anything. Just descending really nicely now. Hello to the person that's just joined the stream. So as you can see, it's all going nicely. 3,000 feet is indicated, and that green arc there is where 3,000 feet will be, which will be at that point called Ermrag. When we look at the flight management, Ermrag 3,000 feet or above, so that will be nice for us. So what we'll do is, once we get down to this green circle where it wants us to go to 210, we'll actually take it back to 180 and start to deploy some flaps. As you can see just here, it's like 219, maybe 218. That's where we'll start to use our flaps. Make the surface wing of the wing bigger, therefore enabling the aircraft to fly slower. So it generates more lift. I think I've covered that in my last video. You can see now. So the reason for coming down to New Zealand is Queenstown. It's got some new procedures that have come out for the flight management computers, and for anyone that doesn't know Queenstown, it's in the mountainous area, and you literally have to fly around the valleys, and it really is quite a, I'm going to say awesome, funky approach. You know, it's not conventional like this one where you sort of just line up and go in. You've got to follow a whole line of approaches. So I'm going to go down there and play in the 7.3, and I'm going to film it, and we're either going to end up in the side of a mountain, not landing and going back to wherever we start from, or having a grand old time and actually landing our aircraft. So to get back to flying this, if I use my right mouse button, I can actually let the computer control the actual ascent descent. I can tell it what speed I want it to fly. So, and this could be my first problem. Here's the ILS coming down. Because I told it I want it to slow down, lifting the nose up slightly to make that happen. So I'm going to go ahead and arm the localizer. There. So what's happening now is, well, all the time actually, on 1099 radio frequency, FM radio frequency, most radios goes as far as like 1080 I think, but 1099 the ILS is sending out a little radio signal, and it's in a straight line, and basically this little diamond here is tuned to that, and as that diamond matches this point here, you'll find that we'll turn, and then this triangle slowed at 3 for 5 or 5 for 3, so now we're actually too high because I'm trying to slow the plane down. Let's go for flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
And then we'll go flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
Take it back
Speed
to
checked. Flaps 5.
180. And basically it's radio signals that will guide the aircraft down, and the aircraft will keep itself in the right place for the radio signals. So what we can do at this point is, because we know we're going for 180, although it doesn't happen in this particular airline sim, we can use flaps 15 just to help us slow down that little bit more before we make the descent. So I'm going to go for flaps 15 manually. You'll see that indicated over here. the aircraft will make its way down to 3,000 feet. The actual point that we need to be at 3,000 feet is just here. So we have got the turn. The turn should happen any moment now. So as the aircraft starts to turn, you'll see this bit start to move across. There it goes. Here's the turn. There's the diamond moving across. So what I'm going to do now is arm the approach. That tells the aircraft that we're going to land.
1,000
Reduce
feet to
speed
land.
to 160. Uh, 160 is because it is at the very edge of the limit that flaps 15 for the aircraft. So with the flaps out of 15, there's only so much air that can go over the aircraft whilst maintaining the lift. The minute you drop below that, there's not going to be enough air to keep the aircraft in the air. So yeah, although something tells me we've missed the approach. It's got very jerky. VNAV still in charge. So I was essentially waiting for 3,000 feet. At least we've got visual of the runway. And now it's got to level out because it's decided we've missed. Okay. Not to worry. I've got control. Looks like doing a manual landing. So we need to get this down to 1. Oh, this is so jerky. He's not very happy. Let's go gear down.
Gear down.
Flaps 20.
Flaps 20.
Speed checked. Flaps 20. Radio altimeter alive.
So as you can see, the flight director wants me to do something different, so I'm just going to turn it off. I don't think I've ever seen this computer as jerky as it is.
Flaps 30.
Speed checked. Flaps 30.
Let's make a small correction, move it over to the left. Certainly not as smooth as it is usually. Landing
checklist.
Landing checklist. Landing checklist complete.
Landing checklist complete.
Lift that up out of the way slightly. So I am technically still a little bit higher, but
1,000 feet.
it's really hard
Approach
actually.
not
the way
stable.
Yeah,
1,000.
I agree. Frame rates have gone. I can only assume it's because I've recorded twice without a reboot, and this thing's been sat for 7 hours not doing anything.
Approaching 2-3 left.
We're still rather high. Oh, dearie, dearie me.
500 feet.
Thank you.
Approaching minimums.
Oh, we are so high. We're so jerky. And we can't afford to
Minimums.
go around. We're landing.
Check.
200. 100.
So I've disconnected the auto throttle. I've pulled back on the stick.
30.
Long
20.
landing. Long
10.
landing.
This is on the centre line, I suppose.
Speed brakes up. Reverses normal.
I'll take that.
.60 knots.
Away brake disconnect. Loads of room left. Ladies and gentlemen, the time is 8:30 in the evening, and welcome to Auckland. Whew. Was I looking panicked then? I was. Very unusual for that to get as stuttery as it did. I've not experienced that for years. I imagine it's probably because I've left the web browser open with this channel playing to itself. Alright, clean it up.
Okay to clean up.
Check.
Oh, look at that, 10 frames. Yeah, that's terrible. My frames are usually 30 to 40, so obviously something has upset it. So we're at Alpha 9. Let's see if we can find that on here. Alpha 9. Okay, we're just going to take... got wires everywhere. We're just going to find a gate. So there we are, Auckland International Airport. I've closed the web browser and my frames have got even worse. Oh well. It tells me we should just park this up and be thankful that we've not crashed the software. We know this is the international terminal just here, isn't it? Yes, it is. Alright, let's stick it in the international apron. Wait 20 years. Alright, taxi light off.
Taxi light off.
We're gonna park it right here. If I remember rightly, this is where I parked when I came here on my flight many years ago. So we're going to stop. I'm going to pop the parking brake on. Make sure the APU is running. It's running. Make sure that we've got electrical power. We've got electrical power. Kill the fuel. And breathe the siren. That's done. So he's going through his shutdown flow. So he's probably turning off fuel pumps, turning off the hydraulics, even put the ground power in. Look, oh good lad. So just up and out. We'll let the APU run the air. So the fuel pumps off, hydraulics off, all the lights are off. And you'll be ready for this checklist in a moment. There you go, my frame rates have come back, so whatever it was to do with the aircraft, because they're back up to 30s now. I wonder if it was a terrain display or something. Never mind.
Ready for the checklist?
Here we go, shutdown checklist.
Shutdown checklist.
Shutdown checklist. Parking brake.
Set.
Shutdown checklist complete.
That was easy enough, wasn't it? So he's going to secure the aircraft.
Please.
And
Okay.
I'm going to pirate my flight. I don't know if you can see this, but 317 feet a minute landing rate. That's not so good. You'd have felt that if he was down the back. All right. So whilst that's going through, I'm going to come over to you. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that rather adventurous landing. And I'll see you hopefully sometime soon when we go off to Queenstown. I'm hoping we can get to Queenstown from Auckland. There's no reason why not. My name's Liam. You've been watching the Flymanx Flights and Videos. One guy gabbering his world around the world. Can't even say my own tagline. Gabbering his way around the world one flight at a time. Thank you very much. Later on.